Hello everybody, welcome to Fruitful Trees. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show you some of the fruits that's growing on my trees that I recently harvested. Just to give you an idea if you're thinking about what to grow. Now we are in the end of May, the very end of May, beginning of June is coming quickly. And I'm showing you this 2024, what is in season and what we can consider or grow on our fruits here in South Florida. The first thing I have, which just came into season about a week ago, is a white sapote. There are many different varieties to white sapote out there. There are some newer varieties out there that people are finding that taste amazing. Typically, white sapote grows in California and South Florida here, or maybe even Central Florida here in the United States. They are grown in Mexico as well. White sapote is an amazing fruit, and you could freeze it as well if you choose to. And the skin is edible, so you don't even have to peel it when you freeze it. So I definitely recommend white sapote fruit. The tree grows great. And this cultivar, which I love, is called Redlands. So I definitely recommend white sapote. Another thing that's in season now, and is pretty consistent when it is in season, is this. This is Lychee. Now, Lychee is when it does come to season, because it's not every year every variety will come to season. They are in the month of June, so they're pretty consistent in that they're in the month of June. That's a Lychee peel. This is the Mauritius variety, the most popular one here in South Florida, and those are pretty much consistent every year. There are other varieties like the Sweetheart. That's delicious, but it's not in season every year. So I definitely, you want to get a variety if you're limited, is get a tree that will give you fruit every year. Now there's a mite going around South Florida that's affecting a lot of the lychee trees. So for several years, some people didn't even have fruit on their trees, but now they do. And depending when you watch this video, you can order this. I go to the farms and I interview the people, but lychee is something you want to consider. Now, if you are going to get a lychee tree, keep in mind, lychees and longan take up a lot of room. They grow real fast and they're real big. Unlike a mango that you can keep relatively small, or even an avocado with some pruning work, lychees, it's hard to keep the tree small. So unless you have a lot of room, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this as one of my first choice, unless you love lychees. You want to consider not just the amazing tasting fruit, but the growth habits of the trees in terms of how vigorous they are and how quickly they grow, but also how disease resistant they are. For that reason, as much as I love lychees, they wouldn't be in the top of my list of growing, but they are delicious. So another thing we have just coming now into season is mangoes. And unlike lychee, which has a consistent season, and also the white sapote that has a consistent season, mangoes, some years they can start earlier and some years later. The mango season is a little later this year than typically. So we're just turning into the end of May and first week of June, and mangoes are starting to come alive now, or ripe now on a tree. And these are two varieties. That's a lemon zest, and this is a rosy gold. And you can see how they look here. These are some of the first ones we're having this year. And so mangoes are definitely the easiest tree to grow here in South Florida when it comes to fruit, I believe. Let's see. Wow. Another great thing about mangoes is you could freeze them. So if you get so much fruit you don't know what to do with, you could freeze the mangoes. So that makes it a very valuable fruit. Another tree that's really not a tree and you'll get fruit much quicker is a banana. These are Namwa bananas. There's many different varieties you can grow in South Florida. Banana trees take a good amount of work because when the bananas are ripe, you have to get rid of that stalk because they won't grow bananas twice. And they can take up a good amount of room and they can be too high. So they all work. If you're elderly or you don't want a easy maintenance tree, bananas might not be your best banana. But if you want food that grows quickly and abundantly, bananas might be the way to go. I have a hard time eating store-bought bananas after eating these bananas. Another fruit that's in season now that I just got out of the fridge is jackfruit. This one happens to be a variety called Bangkok Lemon, which is delicious. Now, jackfruit can grow up to 50 pounds on a tree, And no, this isn't, it doesn't come on the tree with a plastic bag. And jackfruit is great because you can freeze them as well. So there are many different varieties to this. This is Bangkok lemon. I love that variety. Alright, a few more fruits that are in season now. Look at this, Soursop. Soursop has been in season on my trees now for over a month. And they'll go throughout the whole summer. And this is a variety here that is already ripe, so I'll taste this. Soursop, what can I say? Not only the fruit, but the leaves of the soursop tree can be used to make a tea and help with cancer and other diseases. A wonderful fruit. Very expensive in the store. But if you grow them, you'll have them regularly available, and they're much, they're a great tree. They grow really well here in South Florida. So what am I going to show you next? Let's see. I think we spoke about the white sapote, did we? Yes. So great. All right. Next fruit here is Mamey. This one is a variety from Julian at Laura Farms, Miami, that I picked up yesterday. This one's called the Florida Miami. The Florida Mamey. It is wonderful. So there are a lot of different varieties. This is the one you can most commonly find in the store. Not this variety, but this fruit. Mamey is readily available from January all the way till maybe July. Maybe even August. So you definitely, Mamey is a fruit that you might want. Now you got to be patient. It takes a good amount of time before you'll get fruit on the tree. But when you do, it's wonderful. All right. Now finally, this fruit. This fruit, what can I say about it? Mamey Americana. I got this from Julian at Laura Farms, Miami. I'll put the link below. And there's no other fruit like this. It's delicious. This variety is called Tesoro. And it's almost like when you have a coconut, which is also in season by the way, coconuts. When you take the meat out of the coconut, it kind of has that consistency, but really sweet, almost like dried apricots. An amazing fruit. Definitely recommend it. So yes, this video is a little bit different. I wanted to show you all just some of the different fruits that are in season that you can get and grow. We are at the end of May, coming up in the beginning of June, and that's what's in season here right now on my trees. And we also have still some Sapote that's on the trees. We have some star apple, which is Comito, that's on the trees. I have miracle fruit. This is truly an amazing time to be here growing fruit trees in South Florida. So if you have an opportunity to get any of these trees, hopefully this video helped you maybe make that decision, so to help you figure it out. But you want to keep in mind, you know, if you have more food than you can eat, what foods can you freeze? You could freeze the white sapote, the bananas, the jackfruit, and possibly even the mamey. But and the lychees you could freeze also. I guess you could freeze them all here, but it's an abundance of things you can grow. All right, put your comments and questions below about any of these particular varieties or fruits that I'm mentioning here. And thanks for watching. You can see my other videos at me, Lychee Farms and Mamey Farms, and people growing Soursop and then Mamey Americana. I have several videos online about that. Keep all that in mind. Links will be below, but I make a lot of videos about these as well. Until then, everybody, have a great day and keep growing. For more educational videos about mangoes and other fruits and how to grow fruit trees, please look out the other videos on this channel, Fruitful Trees, and also subscribe if you like, and also share these videos with others. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and keep growing.